Guys, the Chickens here, bringing another Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got Mr. Opdestroy and Shishkabobber on the chat here. We're gonna be going over just kind of our first take, first look at season 8. I was gonna do a video on bombers today, but that's gonna have to wait a little bit. It's gonna have to wait a little bit. So, guys, just give us your first kind of thoughts, experiences on season 8 so far. OP, we'll start with you.
You know what, man? I'm going to be honest with you. I was a little bit fidgety about the start of the season with only 21 days. But you know what? It's cool, I guess. We did the calculations from Diamond on to see how many keys and unlock tokens and upgrade tokens we were going to get. And it's going to work out. You got to just grind your rear end off. But for the most part, I'm digging the season. I think it's really cool. I like the layout of the first, the 2 ER and then 3 ER. I like how it is. I like the different metas offensively that we've been dabbling with. You got warriors, you got riflemen, you got heavies, you got bullet. We got bullet, guys. We normally don't get bullet for each season until at the end of the tree.
And we got shocks right off the start.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really making it interesting, and I'm enjoying it. And it's just a base race grind still, but it's fun. I'm digging it. So I could say that much.
Okay. Shishki, what are you thinking?
Yeah, well, once again, all of that, but also the sorry, getting a little feedback. Also, what was I going to say? With the shorter season, we need more stars because it's going to make it harder for people to obtain ranked chests, as there's just less time to obtain stars from daily win bonuses and just time playing from win streaks. So I feel like with these shorter seasons, we need more of an injection of stars. This is a problem that we're going to see getting worse over time if nothing's done to fix it. But other than that, I love the season. It's great, grounded, it's cool. We've got new metas developing. It's still a very diverse metascape, and it's a lot of fun trying to figure everything out now.
Hey, we just beat bombers. Yeah, so to touch on that, I guess, yeah, I think overall, again, they kind of, this is, the tech tree looks really good. Like, everything looks really good. Something I guess I missed in when I was doing my sneak peek was, one, the time, obviously, but, Shish, you were saying before that it's actually scaled, like the amount of keys that it costs for the upgrades are scaled with the fact that it's a shorter season?
Well, yeah, it would appear that way. Op and I did the calculations as well with a diamond chest assumption, and it'll be enough to basically max out the whole tree. If
that's assuming that you're spending the bulk of your time in a diamond rank.
Right, but that was discounting any ranked chest gained. So it was kind of just an average thumb in the wind.
So that kind of makes up for it if you're not able to grind out in diamond the whole time. If you got to,
we just wanted to get an idea for where this tree falls. But so yeah, it's there. One other thing we noticed too this season is that we're back to a 25% differential between chest tiers. So the difference between rewards of stone and gold and diamond and legendary, they're all separated by 25%. Each successive tier is 25% better than the last in terms of keys and tokens. Last season it wasn't quite like it was more compressed.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if that's the worst of it, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it could definitely be a lot worse, right? There's no huge bugs. There's no chest glitch. There's no anything crazy like that.
It just means that you need to progress, and with a very short season with 21 days, you need to be grinding.
Yeah, that's something I kind of said too. Is like it just makes your your tech tree path that much more important. So you want to make sure you're putting some thought behind what you upgrade in what order.
Yeah, and also the importance of, we talk about the calculations on what you'll get. That this means that these are time chests, so you have to limit your 4 out of 4. Don't let your chest go 4 out of 4. You want to keep that clock rolling if you want to get those chests. Right. So that's also, you got to play like every day, so to speak. So that's good. That's an encouragement.
Yeah, right.
Nonetheless,
you gotta get your daily chests even more so. You always it's always really important, but even more so this season.
Sure.
So we'll move on from that, and before we get into troop metas and stuff and what you guys are using, let's talk about defense. So for, I guess, Shishk, are you at 4 engines?
Not yet. Almost.
Okay, so if Shishk isn't at 4 engines, that means everybody is definitely not at 4 engines. So defense for 3 engines, what do you guys think? Essentially, it's just kind of, I guess it's not too technical. We're just kind of spreading them out, and you want your defenses spread out as well. Try to clump your mines together for spaces that bombers are going to run into, or a lot of people are kind of doing what I do here, and they have like all their boom mines kind of clustered together to deal with bullet. So I don't know. What do you guys think in terms of defense, or some of the like most important things to take into consideration?
Well, first, take that. My pizza is arriving. I'll be right back.
Oh, awesome! Enjoy your pizza, my friend. Oh,
okay.
Really quick, chicken. First, I think the air on your base with all the mines clustered in that area there is bullet. If you eat drinks, bro, those bullets you're gonna eat like Pac-Man would on a Pac-Man game.
Yeah, it essentially does nothing, right? But I mean, it's also that, and it's also if heavies go up that way. So I don't know.
Sure.
We could space them out a bit. I don't think they make a huge difference at 3 engines. The mine placement, it's probably more for 4 engines, where bombers are becoming more apparent.
Right. Well, I think that the defensively, none of those buildings are going to really stop a rush meta with heavies or even warriors. But if you are running warriors, your best mine placement is around the ERs, because there's no Bart juice here to destroy the mines. So your warriors have to run over the mines, which is good. Shock launchers, my friend. If you're really itching about the shock launcher, I know they're a little one to the right before heading down to that next ER. That's something really key. That I went against shock launcher players, man, and yeah, it makes you really rethink your strategy, because they're boogers. Those are shock boogers. They're nuts. So
yeah, absolutely. Shocks change everything. Like it just becomes like, instead of going towards engine rooms, you have to go towards shock launchers, or do like a split drop with heavy Zookas or something like that. So I don't know what is there anything else in defense that you would say is like really important, like for most people that just have 3 engines, they don't have shock launchers yet, like that kind of thing?
Right. All the single point, because most people are running the heavy combination with Zookas, so the heavies are the meat shields. So you want that high DPS single point, like cannons, boom cannons. Those are going to help kind of counter those.
But at the same time, to get cannons, you have to use you basically have to use a lot of your keys. Do you still think that that's worth it?
Well, again, it's possible. I even believe it's in gold rank. If you wanted to assess the upgrade token, unlock token cost, you're still going to be able to unlock and do whatever you want with the tree. It's just that,
I guess, yeah, it just takes a little bit longer versus doing it right away.
The only problem is the main thing is you want to grind as fast as you can, because and get as far as you can ahead, because once bombardiers are unlocked, man, they aren't going to stop. Those defenses aren't going to stop bombardier rushes.
Right.
Whether it takes a minute or minute and a half, it's going to come down to it where this quick meta like these rushing metas, it's going to stop soon, my friend. And it's just you just got to think about moving forward, because like you can see these, like right here, you're just bypassing these defenses. You're not even like smoking. I don't know if you have smoke, but you see what I'm saying? Like, people are just rushing, and heavies are so beefy that nothing stops them.
So it doesn't really matter, like, as long as you spread out your engines and your defenses, like, just don't cluster everything, because you're not going to kill anything. Like, you're not going to stop anyone completely anyways, right? It's just a base race.
No, and I wouldn't say it's not going to matter. I mean, it does matter. More defenses up is going to hurt, or they're going to do a lot more damage to your troops. Right. But it's just not going to stop them in totality of it. So I mean, but shock launchers, my friend, those right there, I've noticed.
That's the most important thing.
Putting one shock launcher down on my base, I was on a 3 win streak after that, because of the shock launcher stopping my opponent. So it is effective, and I would definitely encourage you to take that path.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll get into attacking now. I mean, I think it's kind of what we've been doing for the most part, but what's been working for you so far, OP?
Well, last night while I was streaming with Shishk, we came up with the heavy drinker meta, which is with the bullet drink and the heavy rushes. We kind of fine-tuned that by splitting our heavies on the left ramp, but we allow bullet to go up to that right and take out that ER.
Kind of like what I'm doing right now. You can see it.
Yeah, exactly. And then once it takes that down, you would flare that other ER on the right, and you would flare the other one on the left.
Yep, that's basically it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And so that's pretty much what we were doing. And
now, heavies and Zookas were pretty good for like a minute, but it seemed like it lasted just about all of that.
Right. It was short-lived.
Yeah.
Oh, heavies and Zookas still have a place.
They do.
When you're into shock launchers, I think they come in more handy.
Right. Maybe Shish can break that down for us, how to go against bases with shock launchers. Because it becomes like a whole different attack, basically.
Yeah, so I guess you guys were just talking about the what we call it, the heavy drinker or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that works great till you start running into shock launchers. We don't have a lot of GBE, so they're hard to manage. So sometimes it's better off just to maybe send Bullet up to an ER by himself and do some kind of a 3-5 heavy Zuka clear and just take care of all the other junk, including the shock launcher.
Right, because when you flare Bullet, as the chicken just recently discovered, right into a shock launcher, it can't actually hit him. So you got lots of time to be able to take it down. You don't have to waste gunboat energy shocking it or anything like that.
Right, and a lot of times the ER on the right-hand side won't be covered by a shock launcher as well. So usually Bullet can do some work on the right, in some form or fashion.
Okay, I think OP just hit a home run, but was there anything else in terms of troop metas or anything like that you guys wanted to go over? I guess it's pretty cut and dry for the most part, especially like just around 3 ERs where most people are at.
I'd say the bulk of that many people are on the 3ER right now. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, cut and dry, it's hard to say. I've seen all sorts of junk. I mean, I've seen people hitting with all rifles, and they just throw a lot of med kits down. I've seen warrior hits. I've seen the heavies. I've seen the heavy Zukas. And, of course, you've seen the bombardiers, rifle diddles, heavy diddles, whatever.
Right.
So actually, I've seen quite a bit of junk. Yeah. And then we've got the dreaded barrage coming up at 4 ER. Some people are already there, and they're just clearing a couple of ERs with diddles and then getting all that GBE and barraging out the last one. That's coming too.
Right, I see. So
to a warship near you.
It's coming, guys. It's coming.
Goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know, like towards the end of like right before I guess we get to the 4th engine room, what would you say are the like priority upgrades to get to? Like we were just talking about this, like we determined it was better to go for shock launchers first instead of bombers just because it makes such a significant difference on your defense. But it's essentially just get to, you know, once you get past once you get the 3rd one, unlock the statue nodes obviously, and then it's basically just a race to the shock launcher and the bombers and the 4th ER from there, eh?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I would say so. I really don't see any value of going after Sparky. Warriors are debatable. They're going to be great in the short term, but long term, you know, after 4 ER, 5 ER, I just don't see them really being into much of the meta then.
Yeah.
So
I guess if you want to switch up the attacks and just do something different, you can put more keys into warriors, but it's not necessarily going to help you out that much in the long run.
Where it can be advantageous is it is effective tech if it's just enough to get you into that next tier. If it helps you go from stone to gold, that's good, because that means all your time chests are going to be gold instead of stone, and that'll make up for the cost that you spent on the warriors. So in times like that, it'll make sense actually. That's
a good way to look at it. Yeah, if it can give you that just little boost, kind of like exactly where the chicken's at right now. Maybe that's an avenue we should explore. But yeah, guys, that was great. I think that's basically everything that we need to cover today. If you guys have any other tips or tricks down below in the comments, make sure to leave those. And yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. OP and Shish channel will be in the description below if you want to see more of their stuff. And we'll see you next one. Guys, chicken out. Back.